And so speaking about the paradigm shift, I want to show you all the material that I have and I still have in written form that you don't have to pay for. You don't have to go out and buy. That's what I mean, because I've done your research for you. I've done your studying for you, and I got your degree, okay? So, a framework in understanding poverty. Do you know is the way we teach our children who are in poverty versus the way we teach our children who are in middle, upper class, or whatever, totally different. Do you know that? But when you're naturally teaching, it doesn't make a difference if they're poverty level or if they're millionaires. Okay? When you get to that. The brain in mind. Teaching with the brain in mind. 101 favorite play therapy. Play therapy. You know, playing is just not play. There is therapy in everything we do. There's some sort of therapy. Teaching outside the box. You'll get a lot of that in natural teaching that you wouldn't get in sitting at home or sitting in the classroom with paper and pencil. The multiple intelligence. You know, our children all learn differently, and we need to recognize and we need to embrace that to get so they can have the benefit of that learning. Teaching reading in the 21st century. Checking your grammar. We need that, don't we? Reading book. Look, large print, not little tiny print. Pictures. Pictures, pictures, pictures. Spiritual writing. When I wrote my book, I'm thinking morally. I'm thinking what are some good examples. Non-competitive game. We don't have to compete against each other. We compete against ourselves. Okay, self, our strength. We get better. We don't have to compete to be better than someone else. We just need to get ourselves better, right? And then when we're on a team, by being better ourselves, it helps the team. Activities that teach, not just teaching for, learning's sake, but we want to build a lifetime of strategies, habits, practices to take us from 0 to 4 throughout the rest of our lives, right? Helping your kids cope with divorce. That's a biggie. You know, our kids cannot learn well when they're battling things like divorce and alcoholism in the home and knowing someone committed suicide and bullying over the internet, bullying in this classroom, super nanny. There are some things that I learned from all over the spectrum, right? Nature as a guide. A professor wrote this book, and so it's very dear to my heart. The leader in me. Our kids, they're born to lead. A book for everyday teachers. Speaking on the paradigm shift, I want to show you the material that I have learned for you. You didn't have to do the research. I got it all. I got your back. And I also got the degree, okay? So I want to show you some things. A book for every teacher. My professor wrote this. It's on teaching English language learners. Classroom teaching skills. The heart of coaching. A teacher's guide to success. The first days of school. Rookie teaching for dummies. What your kindergarten needs to know. I have this up to the 6th grade. So what you're getting, your children will be ahead. The leader in me, didn't I say one of the things about natural teaching is that we teach our children to be leaders naturally. Non-competitive game. They don't have to compete against each other. They compete against themselves. They make themselves better. Spiritual writing. When I write children's short stories, I have lots of children books that's written that is not published, but I always think spiritually, what's the more? What can the children learn from it? What can the parent learn from it? Howard Gardner, his teaching and his research on the learning, different learning intelligence, teaching outside of the box. That's what we do every day in natural learning, natural teaching. It's not sit down, black and white, paper and pencil. 101 favorite play therapy. You know, play is just not going outside, tossing the ball. You'll learn that. Teaching with the brain in mind. No two children learn alike. A framework for understanding poverty. This is a must read. I think all teachers read this. You know, teaching a child that is poor is different than teaching a child that is well-to-do or rich or whatever like that. Teaching them may be different, but the learning is the same. Teaching may be different, but the learning is the same. You'll get to know what that means. Nature as a guide. Dr. Neville wrote this book, and one of Joy's. Super Nanny. I learned things from all over the spectrum. Helping your child cope with divorce. I have one on suicide. I have one on adoption. I have you covered. I have you. Activities that teach. Readers. Look. Bold colors, bold print. Important. Checking your grammar. I do it all the time. I'm still doing it. Teaching reading in the 21st century. I have you covered. I have you. Don't worry. I just need for you to be prepared mentally, right? Body, physically, soul, right? And spiritually. And we'll get there. So, the mind. What you need to do, you need to adjust your thinking. Adjust what you thought was appropriate, or what you thought was best for your child, or what you thought was right. Your child needs to start immediately. Right? And we'll get there. But we have to have you ready first. So, see you the next time. Will be 2, body. Okay, will be the third one, body. Part 3 will be on body. And then I'll see you next time.